Boom! Live and direct with my brother Jay. How are you?
I am good. Much love to Canada. Canada, man. You know, I dance National Ballet of Canada. Love all of y'all. Chat room, the world.
Yeah, large up to you. I was watching your Facebook Live and I was very delighted to hear what you had to say, especially about the animals. And that's something we have to bring. And you know what? People don't like to talk, especially about these things, and don't like to talk about fear, insecurities, and their ugly stuff inside. It's because it's exposed the ugly truth of how much you're running away from yourself. That's what it is in the end. You're running away from yourself. If you do all these stuff to animals and stuff, come on, you don't know who you are. You're running away from yourself. And the thing I wanted to bring up to you with the animals is I'm doing a lot of reflection with my dog. I talk to her and stuff, and I'm trying to really establish a great bond. And what I've realized is that the animals, not only dogs, the giraffe, the hippopotamus, name them, the lions, they see us as we are. We don't see ourselves as we are. We are the supreme consciousness, the supreme being on this plane, and they fucking know it. My dog, when she looks at me, I'm everything in her life. Everything. Okay, this is true, man. I was thinking about that. I'm like, why don't we see ourselves for the way we are as supreme divine beings coming here to help them, not only help them, but take care of them. Like my dog she's relying totally on me to eat. If she get hurt, I have to and we know what to do. We know what to do in every fucking situation. We're so conscious if we want, and we're so intelligent and so brilliant. That's not something that they have. So they look at us and they see us as everything, as gods.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you something. So when I'm driving on the highway and I see bulls, I see black bulls, black and white cows. That's your Moscow. Tipton, Moscow, Iowa. Get off the whole communist crap and Trump and Russia. It's a psyop. So simple. When I pulled over, though, I walked out to get a picture. I wanted to film a presentation. They all saw me. They're big, muscular bull, and they walked away. Like they were like afraid, which means what you just said. When they see me, they're looking at my aura. They can see that there's something big about it and dangerous, but also loving, but they don't know me. But of course, you're absolutely right. That's why a big beast, why wouldn't it come and say, who are you? It went away. It's stronger than me.
Animals will not attack you for no reason. And they don't, like you said, they don't attack each other also just for the fun like this, just to say, and like they don't organize boxing match and shit like that. You know, they do their own thing. And often also, like, do you see them coming to bother us here in town? No, I don't. I rarely see a deer. I rarely see any animals from the wildlife coming into town. So they stay where they belong. It's us going to bother with them. That's what she said.
What happens to you when you die? What happens to you when you die? Listen to the Book of the Dead talking about a crocodile god swallowing your soul, and a baboon apparently eats, listen, your fecal matter. They talk about everything with your body is used with an animal up there, which means that if I'm looking at a constellation, like, I don't know, let's say Leo, you find a claw in Arabic or in Virgo or sharp. What does that mean? A sharp, right? It means that when you're dying, your spirit body, your spirit horse, remember that? What was that damn movie with Emmanuel Estevez about, you know, Jesse James?
Emilio Estevez, huh? I remember
the Jesse James shit. And the spirit horse, remember Lou Diamond Phillips? The white horse, That's real shit.
Remember the movie? I don't know the title, though.
But yeah, there you go.
Young Guns.
Young Guns, yeah, thank you. Guns. Yeah, your arms, right, of course. So yeah, that's real stuff. Like your Native Americans, why are they drinking cactus stuff and hanging out with your horses and riding them naked and knowing when to have sex with the women? They're watching the damn animals. So when they die, they don't get eaten or ripped by a sharp star. The Bhagavad Gita says this.
Anyway, I just think overall we don't have enough consideration for the animal world and the care that we should provide for them, and we abuse and slaughter them like in factories. It's so insane when you. But most people will not even do the. That's why also we are very glutton with the meat, but the dead animals. I think it's just because we don't have to go kill them. Because if you have to go and kill them and process cut the all the piece and have all the blood like me, so not for me. Sorry, I'm not a vampire, so I will not engage into this.
Yeah, well, you know, you have a certain race out there that does not like animals because this race is a certain kind of an animal. It's
but again, hold on. You talk about race. Sorry to cut you off, but that's something I want to bring on because sometimes I'm inspired in the moment. That's why I cut you off.
Go ahead.
But it's nothing bad intended.
No, go ahead.
But when we, what were you talking about?
I was talking about shoot.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, the demon race. The demon race.
Oh, the races. Okay, the races. We tend to see the races as something outside of ourselves. You know, again, because we project everything on the outside. But me and you aren't. I feel you're more of the same race and same belonging than me. Like we are the same race. We're not the same color, but that doesn't matter. But the race is in the inside.
Yes. It is.
Are you being the ace that you should be? Also, race ace. You know, are you being the ace that you should be? And I feel a lot more connected to you, even though like your skin is different. But that I don't matter with this. But yeah, then the people have sometimes very closer to the same race thing you want to call it.
Well, what are the Olympics doing? Okay, so your demons. Your gladiator people, your Bruno Mars, Rome is named after Mars. Vatican City of the dead. You have Atala, the hell world underneath you. And you know, someone is ruling the demon world. You earthlings are the demon rulers. So when you're running a race in track and field, who tracks you? Someone is tracking your social security number, tracking you. You have an African, you have a European person running, a Canadian. Notice they're all divided and running a race, but they're all from a different part of the world. It's actually not unity. You are tracking and running against a different part of your consciousness, and you're dividing yourself in rows of your race when you should be in one damn line, running in the same line, but following each other and making sure you get home, which is heaven up above, not a gold medal. Nike. Sorry, go ahead.
Even the word unity is very interesting because I see that more as I-nity than unity. You know, unity, you talk about you, talk about other people. Not talking about you. So the unity, the real unity is the I-nity within yourself. I think. I don't know. That's what I see.
Yes. Yes. And you knit your sweater. You knit internet, net 10, stretch.
And also today I was talking about fear and the spider web and the fear of spiders and all that. And I was telling to people, just walk through a spider web 30 times and you won't be afraid of a spider anymore. It's just because you need practice. You need to. But if we look at what we're doing here on the internet, this is the web. This is the World Wide Web, www. That's interesting to look at too. And the web, as always, the spider web has always one little center. You know, it starts from the center and then the web expands. So what is for the internet here? What is the center? And we're just like, I think to dive into this shit here on the internet, doing what we do is just, it's like being afraid of a spider. You do it many times and it becomes natural. I do this so natural now. It's like there's no fear, no insecurity, but because we have practiced doing it, right?
Yes. Well, you have webbed feet creatures, webbed feet ducks, webbed. Now, who is W.E.B. Du Bois? That black, legendary black, he was a boule. He was a eugenist. Your black people, intellectual, the web guys. And in Europe, do you not have little spider art things in Amsterdam? Black widows. What is the black widow? What are crow's feet, Johnny? Crow's feet, when you get old, it makes a web on your eye. That's the Corvus, crow of Saturn. That means that when I'm going outside, cortex is bark of tree. If that crow crows at me, it's telling me how old I'm getting. It's talking to you. It's letting you know, rah, 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 you're getting up there. Rah, rah. It's not talking dumb shit. It's laughing at you. Rah, rah, Do you know how old you are? Well, if you don't, I'm going to show you in your face the web. Native Americans called it a web, didn't they?
Yeah.
Dream catcher, right? Come on.
Interesting also because there is the barbecue Weber. And in
Bam.
barbecues, you often find spiders in the tube. You know, we're talking about spiders and web. There's a Weber barbecue, but also, that's it. Just the word BBQ. What is that, barbecue? Like, we cook mostly dead animals on a barbecue. Some do veggies, like I do. But before you realize that, you might cook dead animals on your BBQ. So what is that, BBQ?
Well, hold on, but wait a minute. You have the TV show Webster, the little midget black actor.
Webster, and there's dictionary.
Oh, wait, no? You don't know this. Webster's a Freemason. There's someone did a presentation on Emmanuel Lewis. He's wearing the hats of the Shriners and shit. Excuse me? What does that mean? Yeah, you better get hit to your web. You have a woman called Nestor Webster, a feminist. Web. Why are they using that term? Because the web that you weave is weaved by 3 high priestesses in your Nordic, in your rune culture, your tricep. Now, what is barbecue? It is your BB. It's your Bubba. It's your Bible. It's your 2 bulls first. Always. Your bubble gum is your Torah and your Talmud. BBQ. What is the Q about? Question. Why do we ask a question mark? Ursa Major, Yannick, makes a question mark. Who rules that? Venus is your Q, and then there's a mark, of the beast. Woo! Woo! There's a slash in her vagina. It's not gross.
No,
Circe.
What it is.
Circe is the circle. The Greek moon goddess for church is your Q, and your bull makes the mark of the beast.
Woo! That's awesome. So we're going to keep going with our 88 constellations. Also, I said we were going to keep going with this.
Great.
I think we left with Big Dog, Little Dog, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to start with Capricornus. Capricornus, sea dog. The what it means, they say, hold on, I'm getting my mouse somewhere here. Okay. Sure. Yeah. English name or description? The Latin name. You have the Latin name and then the English name. So if we go with the Latin name, it would be Capricornus, and the English name would be sea goat. But the goat, we know what the goat refers to. Then?
Yes, of course. You want me to build upon this goat and the fish?
Yeah.
Good. Capricorn rules your bones. Capri is your patella. You have a cap, a kneecap. It means the head. So your knee, don't bend on it for anyone. It's actually your head. All your body parts are linked and need to be in a frequency. So Capri is kaput, and it means your goat. We have a goat T in our face. It grows a pentagram now, inverted. Why your beard people were wise, because they were harnessing dark energy, because they knew they had to go to the dark place to get to the light place, which means they were doing rituals. So the goat. They knew the goat was a symbol of your inverted pentagram. So you have 2 stars, one pointed up and one down, right? So Capricorn, it's not that it's bad, but it can be. If you're a sorcerer or elite, corn is your coronal plane. Your Chronos, that's how you find it, Saturn. You have a locus coeruleus also in your brain. Chronos, Capricornus, Copernicus. Hi, Copernicus, same name. Now, what did Copernicus do? Hey, you people out there who hate astrology, you say it's, pseudoscience. Well, you loved Copernicus. He was an astronomer, and I see him saying Jupiter and Mars in his text. So is he okay to say it? But Jonik and I can't say it? So these are your goat people. Now, the gender problem we have today is because of your Baphomet is Capricorn. Who is Baphomet? It means, in Latin, Baphe means bathed, like you wash, and metis is wisdom. So it's not just about a pedophile god only that eats children and blood sacrifice. It is that too. Because Saturn swallows his own moons, which means incest. You see where I'm going? That's why your pharaohs were doing incest, raping. They lost their damn way. Simple. So Shiva is Saturn. Well, Shiva, let me go to my my picture here and show you. Shiva is also known to be a man and a woman. Let me turn my light on real quick. So.
Oh, yeah, I saw Santos with the same picture.
Yeah, that's a man and a woman, right? That's Shiva, okay? A drag queen, as you call a transgender. So be careful with your gays today. Why? Because Capricorn is fish and goat. Fish is the woman, right? The goat would be the man energy, fiery, Aries, Aries. But you see how they work, Jonick? They work together, unlike your human beings today. Your star systems are all one and the same. So when they get to Capricorn, they hybrid. Why your food has GMOs in it, why your fish, research the fish. When I was in Switzerland, a lot of my fish had other parts in it from other animals, and they were mixing the fish, and they called it tilapia. No, 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 candida, a toothpaste that means bacteria and mold. You Switzerland people, you Swissies. So I'll let you get in there and build some more. You want.
In many restaurants, I heard that that's what they do, the practice that they do. Eh? They say they serve a very refined fish or hard to find fish. I don't know the name of them. I'm not a fish eater either. I don't eat fish. But sometimes they will serve you like something very... ils vont dire que c'est de la morue, genre. And the morue is hard to catch, I think. There's not too many left or something. But that's not what they're going to serve. So
yeah.
It's all... people, I don't think you can really make the difference. I don't know. Maybe some have very good taste for fish, but
here's an important connection with Capricorn. The opposer is Cancer. Now, watch this. Where did bone cancer come from? Bone cancer? See, Capricorn rules calcium phosphate now as a mineral. All your signs have a mineral in your body. Calcium phosphates your bones. Now ask yourself, you think your elite, your scientist today, knew that Cancer was the opposer of your goat, your Baphomet? And they used the moon energy. They got uranium from Uranus, maybe? Plutonium from Pluto. Oh, the dog in Disney.
The dog in Disney, Pluto, that we see also described on their nonsense CGI. Kneecap, you were talking about this, but kneecap is called patella. That's exactly what I dislocated myself. I dislocated the patella, but the patella is not the femur, and it's not the other bone from the thigh, the crest. There's a big bone here, a big bone in the leg, and there's the patella. But if you just dislocate the patella, your whole leg goes crooked. But why is that? It's just a cap. I always wondered when it happened to me, why if I dislocate my patella, my leg went 45 degrees.
Wow, I love you, man. Jonick.
Why?
Jonick, I don't know what it is, man. You and I have a very...
divine connection.
I was just going to build on my body and what you're talking about, because I know how that feels. I've subluxed. Listen, sublux. To dislocate? Subconscious brain.
Dislocate, again, it's a very,
Watch this. This is why your doctors are very dumb. Before I say this, you must know the word Europa. Europa's a moon of Jupiter. That's your umbilical cord. That's your knot you get in your back when you get tight. Watch this. Why is it that one part of your body falls off, right? And then the whole thing shuts down? Well, I tore my rotator cuff.
Yeah, you too. You've been injured a lot, eh?
Oh yeah, I'm a miracle. I'm fine now. I know how to fix it. It's called Earth. So sublux, lux means light. It means under light. It means an inverted. It means opposite. You're not getting your rhythm again, right? So I dislocated it. Long story short, I needed a massage. The doctor told me, you're weak. I'm gonna sew you. They sewed on top of a tight muscle. Now it was up here, so I couldn't raise my arm, and I'm doing Pilates and working out. I'm making it tighter. These stupid scientists. I needed a massage. Years of that, Jonick. I had surgery, it would come out. I would shake your hand, it would come out. I would fart, it was that bad. I tore both. Watch this. Years later, Jonick, my hip in Switzerland, my hip fucks up, and the doctor again tells me, yep, surgery, replacement, it's over. Here's what I found out. I have so much scar tissue spasm from my shoulder, as above, so below, baby. It's tied a knot of scarred tissue, and it's wrapped itself around my back, around my kidney, around my sacrum, around my anus. It's all a rope, and it rips. That's what the hanging is. The lynch people, it's Venus, but a bad version. So your kneecap, right? It's a part of your hamstring and your plumb line. So it's going to affect your brain. Why you think you get angry when you're in pain? You're supposed to feel in a bad mood. It's not normal. It's dark light, subluxing. And your scientists give you fucking surgery, and I'm undoing the damn damage by rolling against the wall. Jonic, I can hear the ropes. My scar tissue from doctors sounds like this. And then I have to push it. It's a glacier. You can turn into a mountain. Do you know that? Your body is incredible. Imagine the other version of a spasm, how strong you'd be, right? Calcification the other way. So when they hit you, they want you to not get there. We used to have that.
Yeah, we used to have that, and we have the possibility to recreate also all these things for sure. You were mentioning something, and I was thinking about, I think you mentioned that before. You were talking about in your life thing, dissonance. I don't know if you were mentioning that, but dissonance is because many of us are in cognitive dissonance, but also I look at the word dissonance, to me, it match resonance.
Yes.
Right? Is it the right thing? Like when you're in cognitive dissonance, it's because also the words do not resonate with you.
Yes. Okay. And that means that you have allowed your ability to be telepathic. You've cut your channels. You've gone your own way. And when you do this, you better know your animal kingdom. That's all I can say.
Because it's important, I think, that the words resonate deeply with you, because this is what this whole earth is about, also resonance, magnetism and stuff, right?
Yeah, the earth. So listen, you know how everyone gets dressed up and they have to have a teddy bear when they're a child, something before a show. You have a good luck charm, a souvenir for your nerves, right? What's that all about? The animals of the earth are a reflection of the stars. They're her, let's say, her toys. They're her little souvenirs. They're her expression of herself. They're her pets, and so are us. We are pets to the earth first. So we've got to get humble. We are the upgrade now, but we're not done. We're only in 5 elements. We have 6, 7, and 8 to talk about.
Oh, interesting. 6, 7, and 8.
It goes up. Oh, yeah, it's not done.
Come on, bring it on. Extend.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, this whole idea of 5D and dimensions.
And 5G also, they're bringing 5G. That's something, 5G. Why 5G? Why? G, well, and the Freemason has a G.
Yes, man.
Come on, extend.
Who's the First Man movie with Ryan Gosling? Ryan is Rule for Red, Mars people. First Man is Freemason and Morgan freaking Freeman. The reason why they're giving you 5G, it's for Gaianum. Gaianum is in Jerusalem, Jupiter's Jah. By the way, in your lion constellation, you Jamaicans, you have a Rassalas star.
Rassalas?
Yeah. Go to. You didn't watch my presentation? I have it on YouTube. I'll send it to you. Yeah. It'll blow your mind. Rassalas. They're talking about Leo. It's all Jah, Jupiter. Anyways, it's so stupid how we're lost. Gaianum is the Earth. 5G is simply this.
That's why we need you, brother.
Well, I need you too, because this is you too. So the 5G, right? It's basically your elite know how to follow all of your errors. They knew the age of Taurus, the age of Aries, the age of Pisces. You didn't know. You were busy making swords and baking cakes, right? We were different.
I was going to say something else, but
or whatever, right? Sure. Yeah. In the pub, whatever, right?
Yeah,
right.
That's it. Or eating popcorn and chicken wings.
Right. Right. We're in the age of Aquarius. Your elite know that there's dimensions. They gave you dementia. You're not supposed to have dementia. You're supposed to know what dimension you're in. Your natives didn't have this until the colonists came. Who were your colon people? They know how to track your stars. Copernicus followed astronomy. That means he knew what era to fuck with you. He knew, but you didn't. And then he said, oh, it's evil, astrology. Yeah, don't go there. Because he knew that you'd catch him. And they would kill you if you went there. So your 5G is this. Venus is the fifth element. She makes your head. She's got copper in your brain now. That orb is giving you vitamins every day. If you don't talk to her, only in Becky, Jimmy, Trump, CNN, black, white, hip hop, country, gay, straight, smell, good, cool, what? You're not getting Venus. She gave you phosphorus to fight the demon race. She knew that she was going to hurt you, and she also knew she had to love you because your stars are good and bad.
Yeah. Next thing I want to bring you on is also something I've been reflecting extensively for the last week is the forces. Okay, the divine forces. Let's just take divine forces. It's not something that we can see. Like I can see you very divine. I can see other being very divine. But I mean, I will not see the force. Okay. But the wind, you see the effect of the wind on the tree, right? But you don't see the wind. You don't see the force. And the wind is a very, very powerful force. If it goes at over 300 miles an hour, boom, everything's gone. And that's a force, and you will never see it. So do you need to see God or see the divine to acknowledge it, Calvaire?
I'm trying to show people tunnel vision. Those two circles, what you just said, you will never see it, but the light will show you the truth. The sun will show you the red, white, and blue. The red, white, and blue in which you have a certain entity that only sees in red. What is the adamantius reptilian? What is the adamantius rattlesnake, y'all? Well, what is Adam but red man? This is a being that Krishna made that is very poisonous. Now, Krishna is love, right? And it is. But Krishna, though, gave you something to think about, to know. You can't. You have to know. That's it.
When you mention Krishna, okay, I think about PT, and PT has an observation about this, and he says that it wouldn't be Krishna, it would be Krish without the A, and Bood without the A, and Shiv without the A. What about that? Like, he has a different perception of how it should be written. Like he said that they added the A for some purpose. I would have to get his book and see in it. During the time you talk, I'll go to it.
Well, you know, the Jamaicans say shine and Chris, Chris, cross, Christmas, Chris is. What he's saying is this. He's getting you to cut down the fat. You see, man made long words, and we don't have to have them all. He's right. All you need are your three, right? Your Krishna, your Kri is your Chi. So all you need to say is Om every day. Om is only two letters. So it would be
Kri, Shi. Ah, I see it.
Okay. You don't need all the letters. You can keep it. Yeah, he's right. Simple. The gods are simple. The gods they're complicated, but they're very simple. When you see the pattern, it's all the same.
Yeah, I think so too. Keep going with our thing here. We have a Centaurus in Latin, Centaurus, and that's very interesting because you have century that come from that word, and you have the word Taurus in there, and you have Centaur, Tor again, T-A-A-U-R, or Tor, T-H-O-R, sound the same. Tor, yep. Centaur. So what's that?
Yes, you have a tortilla, you have a tour de force, Tour de France, tour of duty. Tour of duty? You tore your ligament. Your ligament means liege, to tie by binding. Religion also is liege, to tie by binding. Your thorax is your
ligament. It makes an X inside the knee too, no?
There you go. There you go. And what does your moon do? Your moon shows you the X with her face.
X, the moon on the X. The X on the moon.
Right. The cross is the X. The moon and the sun, all they do is we're so stupid. They're showing you the grid, man. It's the grid. It's a checkerboard. Anyways, right. So your Centaurus. Yeah, you're right. Taurus field. But what is the scent of a woman? Who is the 50 cent?
Oh, we call that a cent too. The black penny, the brown penny is cent.
There you go. There you go. Right. Brown penny is copper. Pennies are copper, so copper is Venus.
And it's copper. Now it's very interesting to look at the composition of the money. There's nickel, there's copper, there used to be. Go ahead. Yeah.
You just talked about Black magic, alchemy. There you go.
And the number associated with it too. It's a 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents. And that's it.
Wait a minute. 2 and 5 is 7. 2 and 5 is 7. It's not 27 cents, is it? They know that you have a 7 pH. You have a septum means 7. You have 25. No, that's Shiva. Saturn is 7. So you're doing the alchemy and you don't know, but you're not changing your mind. You're changing and staying the same with your change. That's a weird one right there. So if you're cent or you're nickel, well, where's nickel? Nickel is inside of your body. You have silica in your body. It makes bricks. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So the thing that made the concrete, calcite, is in my pineal gland and yours. Whoa. Your money is made of the minerals that your body's made of, and your elite know that. So when you take the money, your subconscious brain is going to want it. It's going to know this is a part of me, but not the right one. But you're going to have a life, not real, but you'll have a life of something.
Listen, we all experience something, no matter what. We're all like into actions also, because that's what we are, energy in motion. But it's where we put our energy, where we focus our energy, where attention goes, energy flows. Yep. You know, your attention, our attention is what we have 100% control on. I can control 100% where I put my attention at every single moment during the day. And that will determine where my energy will go and what my vibe will be. So you know, it's just a matter of attention. Also, attention.
Yes.
What's that? Attention. What's the at?
That's aten. That's aton. Etymology. Aton is Akhenaten, the Sun King. Attention. Shun me. The Amish shun you. The Amish, they shun me. My shin bone. Woo! Shin is fire. So when they shun you, they're giving you the fire of Prometheus. They've burned you. I mean, when someone gets dissed in black, oh, he burned you, girl. He burned you. Gonorrhea. Who made this way of thinking for us? This is not normal. They burned women for real, and they burned the gays, didn't they? On sticks called faggots, because faggot means a heretic. And guess what Christ died on? Sticks. And he was apparently a heretic. You want to know why, you Christians who call me a devil worshiper? Well, your God turned water into wine, didn't he? And he walked on water. Sounds a bit voodoo-like to me. Hi, where are you going to go?
Nowhere. Can't go nowhere. We're all here. We're all here, but we pretend not to see. We pretend to have we like to put our hand in the sand, but no one can say that they're gone somewhere else. You can go nowhere. We're all here. It's just to realize, open our eyes, and
boom.
Doing a bit of research. I don't know. Being interested in learning. Like, it's just, I just have a learning attitude, a good learning attitude, and I want to learn, and I want to live most of it. I have one life to live, and I'll live it. Fuck for sure now. Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia. Queen of Ethiopia. But again, Ethiopia shouldn't it be Ethiopia?
Well, because yes and no.
About Ethiopia.
Listen, now I'm gonna say this to black people, okay? Because in the book that Santos Bonacci recommends, the Book of Two Babylons, Alexander Hislop, he talks about Venus having a cup full of Ethiopians, specifically. Why does she have a cup of Ethiopians in metaphors? Why? Ethiopia is E-T, opia, opiates, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Cannoli, Kanish, Fibonacci spiral, right. So Venus is creating all of this energy. We have to understand her symbol. So the, what was the name again of the
Cassiopeia.
thing? Thank you, Cassiopeia. So you have a god called Cassiel. Cassiel, and one of your 7 angels, Thomas H. Burgoyne's Light of Egypt, is Saturn. Now, back to Ethiopia. Is ET for ballet, is the ball of Ethiopia, is the land of estrogen. It's another version of her. How many different females do you have out there? Insect females, okay, female animals, female plants, and male, hello, the male marijuana plant will fuck up your money and ruin, won't it? It's a female plant that gives you your ganja.
This is
right?
very interesting because it's something I've never really noticed too much, and I seen it with the cucumber plants this summer. When you grow your food, you observe, you will get a lot of lessons from it. And just the cucumber plants, they're so fantastic, so phenomenal, so divine, like just divine, like divine. And not only that, there is female flower and male flower. Like the female flower has already come with a cucumber attached to it, and the male doesn't have it.
Woo!
And what's very powerful about that plant is that they will shoot string and attach to stronger structure in order to keep their strength. That's so powerful. The grow cucumber and observe them. I'm telling you.
Listen, my man is on it. So watch this. So very simple. So your Cassiope is Cassiope. Opa. Opa in Greek. Opa. April. Oprah. What does her name mean?
Caspian.
Go ahead.
There's a sea called the Caspian Sea too, eh?
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yep. Same shit. It's all made from Saturn and Venus, but they have different names. Like you have, once again, different kinds of genders, different races, but the same bones, but we are different. Now, I wanted to say something about the moon. You know, when my lighter goes on, you see that little circle there? Those circles? Now, watch this. Watch the moon when she's in chemtrails. She's a badass. When she's a full moon, she only will show this. Go watch it. When she's a full moon in chemtrails, she makes a perfect rainbow circle of smoke. She's bending what they're doing. She's forcing, because your lighter is your head. Your lunate bone is the hand, man. She's resisting abnormal energy, we'll put it that way, and giving you hope. But she needs you to wake up, though. But she's not going to die, or the sun. But they can get sick, yes. But she's showing you that you're immortal. She's showing you the circle of life, the Circe, man, in the damn chemtrail that your man made. Boom!
But we better have lighters, because I don't know too many people that know how to make fire. So they better have lighters. And they don't know how to set themselves on fire too. So yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
You were talking about attention before, and you mentioned we mentioned the Caspian Sea, but I was thinking also about the Atlantic Ocean and Atlantis and Aten in Greece and all the like my attention, like
Manhattan. Manhattan hat.
And you wear a hat on your head.
Watch this. ATM.
A baseball hat or cap or whatever.
ATM.
Oh,
right?
You go to an ATM to get money.
Acronym, MAT. ATM is your book of Matthew. Hi, Matthew, Matt. Matthew, Luke, and John. 4 suits and a deck of cards. 4 keys to the earth. 4 seasons. Matthew, Luke, and John. Matt, Mars. Maybe Mercury, Buddha, or Bud. It would be the bud. Taste bud. The bud of the flower. It reminds you of what you were. It humbles you. Bud.
Bud wiser.
Do
you get wiser when you drink beer? Honestly, you don't get wiser by drinking beer.
Well, not their beer. Your Sumerians drank organic. Yeah, but right, you're right. Bud Light. What is Bud Light? They know that your taste buds like light, and they're giving you their Einstein version of astrology. They're demented. They don't know what they're doing. You're supposed to know. The sun and the moon will let them kill you. They will do it. They will let anything happen, because this is the place of free will. That's it. But we're trapped in a cube, but we have the freedom to do whatever you want to do.
In a cube, in an invisible cage.
Yes. Yes, but you have to know the difference, because when you're gambling now, you roll the dice, December, what number is it going to land on? Oh, did you crap? Did you shit? Mailed, Mars.
Before you were talking about hanging, like people hanging themselves and stuff, and I was, something came through my consciousness, and it was like in prison, a lot of stuff have changed. Like they used to hang people in prison, and the prison is something very interesting to look at. The jail, how it's built, and what's the name they give inside the jail. Like you're sentenced to go to jail. You're sentenced. You're spelling words. You're writing sentence. Like all this is very interesting. and they put you into a cell because you are a battery. Anyway, we have been talking about this. But
Woo!
what interests me is why now they don't hang people anymore if they have the death penalty. They do not hang them. They put lethal injection. Like why make this? Why stop hanging people that do bad crimes and stuff? And now you want to give them like a little subtle death, like no pain, nothing. Like I think it's much worse to be hanged, go out of air, than sitting on a table getting an injection. So what's the thing? Because there's something with the injection too.
Well, let's slow down and first of all talk about what jail really means. Jail is about Jehovah, Jupiter. All this is about Jupiter being in the Tropic of Capricorn. And Jupiter is the funny guy. He is not a dark humor. Saturn is this. So Saturn is a bad guy. And yeah, very bad, but can be very good. But really bad though. Now, you have a Jupiter in the Tropic of Capricorn now, where there's a letter J for your jail. Scorpio, go research it, makes a letter J. Now Cancer makes a letter H, where Jupiter was once in Cancer, and he fell. Watch me now. Right. Jailhouse, that's Cancer and Scorpio. The backbiter, the betrayer of Jesus, the biter, stinging you. The police are on a sting. We have the police singer Sting, getting your brain to think right. Watch this.
Stingray. You have a stingray that coming.
Stingray. There you go. Now, jail is a mockery of Jupiter. Specifically, when you send a being, a microcosm, anyone, a nigga, a naga, or whatever you call them, the ones that are forgotten, they are your pyramid builders, damn it. Your produce people, the ones who sell you liquor, they all have their degrees. They all have their masters. I work with them and they're tired of your shit. They are. They want some respect and humbleness. Because if you didn't have your damn co-op people, you'd starve, you wouldn't get drunk, you wouldn't party, and you would have no reason to go to work and be a dumb professor. Back to your prisoners. They are microcosms. They're all solar plexuses going into Jupiter's dark Capricorn hell of Scorpio. Because Sagittarius is next to Scorpio, isn't it? Where Jupiter rules. Not good, but kind of good. So watch me. So while you're in jail, and if they hang you or inject you, what does Scorpio do? Sting. See where I'm going now. What does the hangman look like? Look at the hangman. This is going to blow your mind. It's a circle with a line and two arms. It's the Mars logo. It's the Mars of war. So, what era are we in now? Let's slow down. So we were hanging people when Moses had the horns. Aries is Mars. We know that's a symbol of that if you know your research. Now we're in Aquarius. Water people, closer to the Scorpion King. High Rock. Nice try, Conan. Conan, my head is the Kohen, the serpent. The kaput people, they cut your head off. They're confused. Their astrology is demented. That's why you have to be an astrologer, not a horoscope one. Just know what they mean and go to the earth and watch the sun and the moon. You'll be fine.
I think a great astrologer is first someone who observe the stuff in the sky, like yes. Not just go in books and repeat. You do observations.
Yes, they make the damn Ursa Major makes the number 7 and a Captain Hook. You kidding me?
It's very obvious. Yeah. Once you look at it and you see it for what it is, again, it's to see things for what it is. Because if you look at it, if you go out in the world, whatever travel you do, like I say, if you go out in the world and travel and you have a faulty perception of what reality is, what do you experience really? Like if you look at the stars and you already have a faulty perception of what is, like if you have never took a telescope or something to you from your eyes, look at it. Come on, what's that? Like you just take for granted what they tell you it is? Like you can buy a telescope for 50, 60 bucks. They're not even. You can take a camera and zoom on the stars and you will see that it's totally different than what we've been told. I was blown away the first time I see them. I'm like, what the heck is this? Like it's so divine, so like it's full of colors, full of light, full of Like, come on, and it's alive too. It moves, and it's not something dead in the sky that doesn't move, or like they portray it, that it's static in there. And no, look at the stars, and they move from all directions. I don't think a single star is static in the sky.
No, they all move.
Maybe the pole star that the Polaris.
What is death row as well? The corn rows in your hair, corn row.
Hold on, you have Polaris, maybe that doesn't move. Maybe it's the center of the web, like we said, the World Wide Web. There is a center, so there is a center also with the stars, and there's a big web.
And wait a minute, there's something under your web or under your dress. There's another pole underneath, another hole to come into that other pole in Antarctica, where a red race of people came and tried to hang out with you. They didn't understand your world, and they came back and they're fucking with you. Woo! Big time. Death row, what is it? So let's get into that quickly. Ascension, I saw something. So I blew out my smoke today, and my smoke was moving like hair. It went into the reflection of my light. Now, my smoke became the actual shape of a wall, and it was moving with the sun. And I had an aha moment, and I realized that when you have chemtrails blocking your light, the ascension process, that when you die, your body becomes that smoke. It moves like that. What do you think your chemtrails are also doing? They're blocking your pole. Your poles, you said? Polaris? Is there only one pole? There's more than one pole. There's a south, a north pole, a east and west one, if you think about it, and they're bending around each other, giving you your ball shape, not the earth. No, that would be your rubber, your rubber bands. If you make enough of them, right? What are those wheat circles that the farmers have, and they bind them up tight? Right, that's what we're dealing with here. A torus field, boom. So when you die, your energy is being disturbed by your demon race. You better get hip so that your body is pure enough that you can avoid the chemtrails because they're blocking your poles. Yeah. See? You were made of light. They're smart. Bastards. They're bastards.
Another thing also I want to talk to you about, I would like to have your opinion on it, is I was looking at it the other day, and I'm like, it's something I've never really realized and never questioned it, is the clouds. The clouds are massively heavy, man. Like with all the water that's in there. Like there's a big, huge rainfall. It doesn't just appear like that. It comes from somewhere. It comes from the clouds. So if there's such a gravity forces on Earth pulling down everything, why these freaking clouds don't come down right away? Boom, on the Earth. Like and make a big splash. Like that's when it would happen. The clouds would come down and make a big, huge splash. But why does it stay there? An airplane is freaking heavy, man. It still can travel in the air just like the cloud. So what's up there that's doing what's kind? Again, it's a force maybe we don't see, but it's there. But the extent on it, because I was like, yeah, it's freaking heavy. It's massively heavy. It's heavier than anything you have ever encountered in your life. Imagine a cloud full of rain, full of water that rains in inches of rain per minute or something. The heaviness. Wow. Come on. Tell me.
You know, you're funny. You always mention the stuff, but you're psychic. Yeah, I've been watching the clouds, and you know, I have a theory that some of these clouds are aggressively being fluffed up. In porn, you have a fluffer in fluff. You fluff your pillows. Yeah, your elite are fluffing your clouds to make it a bit harder to solar gaze. Oh yeah, and they're not normal.
You drool when you sleep, and you're on your pillow, fluff, and you put water in your Anyway, it's just something.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so it kind of broke up there, but yeah. So what are the clouds? Let's be clear. It means cumulus. Watch this.
So it accumulates.
Yes. Why your bones in your body go back. Clavicle becomes the clouds. Am I breaking up at all?
A little bit, but I hear you good.
Okay, cool. I'm not sure why. Anyhow, yeah. So bone, your clavicle bone becomes a cloud. So clavicle also relates to Cleopatra and Leo, Jah Rastafari. So what is actually making your clouds are your cats, your meows, the Puss in Boots. That's what's holding your cloud. So when you die, you have, how do you know, Leo? Your clavicle bone cannot have a vibration. It's a xylophone of eating meat. You understand? Your body is going to be noisy. Hence, the clouds are holding themselves because they have to balance themselves with the animal kingdom. You see how it works? They work together. So now, watch this. How many people are dying today? More than the normal number dying? Population control. So now you look at your clavicle bones. You have too many clouds today because you got too many people dying before they're supposed to. And then they wrestle the sun because it's a bittersweet soap opera. You are the earth. You are the moon. You actually rule them. They're not really actually gods. The moon and the sun aren't supposed to be seen as gods. In the Freemason shit, the stars are more godly because they go beyond, actually. We don't know anything.
No, not too much. That's why I want to learn. I realize I knew nothing, and still today. Come on, I'm learning every day. But yeah, the clouds very, and also sea louds. Why louds? Because they can be very loud, the cloud.
Yes.
You know, when they collide together and make those big thunder thing, it can be very loud. So is it why they call them clouds?
Claude, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Claude, cum laude, cumulus, cucumber, retinaculum in my foot, retinaculum, cloud, Claude, What is this word? Where does it come from? It means to come with, summa cum. So when your clouds, what you said, when it gets watery, maybe your mama is getting turned on to give birth to you. She's having sex when it rains, or she's crying if you're killing her animals and her humans too much. Maybe she's going to rain a little more. Maybe CERN is not only CERN you should be concerned with. Mother Nature is still here.
And you know, clouds can contain water, and water can be turned into data because you are water, I'm water, made of water, and I have data inside. So that's why maybe now they come with that thing, cloud, where you can store data. You know, I've seen that on the internet. They call it iCloud or something.
Yes, SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, yeah, even SoundCloud. Why
iCloud? Yeah.
And because it's all of course.
Yeah, you see, even in a corporate world, astrology is genius. So I respect what they're doing to us. I do, because they know exactly everything they need to know to get us to behave a certain way. So yeah, SoundCloud is also your clavicle, but it relates to Cleopatra or Leo or Shia or Olay, Bandisole, the lotion, Lot, Salem's Lotion. What are they putting in my pore? Pavor. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Here after I get this other one just to go back to our thing. You were we said Queen of Ethiopia, but you have the King of Ethiopia, which is Cephus. Cephus. What's that?
Of course. Cephus. Okay, your Sifu. What's your Sifu in Kung Fu? Tofu. Taurus. Yeah. Tofu. Sifu. Fo. 5. Right? So they're always acknowledging their numbers. You have a bicep and a tricep. 5. The name again? What was it?
Cephus. C-E-P-H. Yes. You have the P-H, U-S.
So your Sifu is a master. Cephus. Well, who would be the master of the universe? Not He-Man down here. She-Man, right. Of course, a female and a male would be up there, like your male and female plant, but they don't have a dick, pardon my language, or a vagina like you. It is different. So, what is up with these terms, right? What was the last part of it? Cephus?
Cephus.
Fuss. Fuss. What's the fuss about? The fuzz? Who's your fuzz? The feds? Federale? Fed. Red. Mars is showing you that it's there. So all of your stars will be in all of your names, just like my name has J-H-E. That's John Henry Evans in it. My mom was a genius, although she beat me and is mad now, but she didn't know that she's actually a genius. But it's okay, because we're cool. But yeah, so your letters are names of other names, right? Like Abraham doesn't belong to the Jews. right? Or Ishmael can be on someone in Sweden.
You know what? I think your mother watching you on YouTube today and hearing you what you say would get to her heart a lot. And I think this would probably make her start to behave maybe differently with you. More probably she doesn't watch you, but if she watches you, I hope that she just heard what you said, because it gets to me. You know, every time you say it, it gets to me. You know, I live the trauma with you.
Yes, thank you, man. I appreciate that, because it's not very easy to fight with your mom, you know what I mean? And to miss that vital nurturing energy that confused me with a lot of positive energy, but then a lot of hate and no discussion about the hate. Like, we look at our celebrities, right? We never ask ourselves, why is LeBron James promoting Sprite? Why is Bill Cosby giving you Jell-O? Very good athletes, good actors. Why didn't we ask questions about the products that they're putting in your child that created learning disabilities, ADHD? Now you're in the damn hospital. Now your mom is beating you more because you're retarded from the food that she thought was okay, because Bill Cosby got his degree and is an actor.
No, something certainly happened with the population, because if you go back in the 1950s, there wasn't as many child suffering from all this trouble behavior that they name. Now they have all kinds of names. But you look at the children going in school today, if you go in an elementary school, I'm not exaggerating, I'm sure 50 to 60, 70% of the children in there are under medication, Babylonian medication, whether Concerta or any other, to make them focus, because they have lost the ability to naturally focus with all this nonsense, food toxic shit that we've been ingesting for years and years and years through generation. The mother passing it on to the children also, without forgetting that. The trauma starts even before conception, inception, or whatever. But yeah, it's a fact.
Let me say something very important about human beings today. You see, I'm not just a dance teacher. I teach children of all ages and adults. And I see adults behaving like little babies that freak out, and they have more money than me. They have a degree maybe. They have a new car, don't know left from right, and don't know how to simply do a tendu. Put your foot in front of you. They look at me like I'm an ape man. But they know Einstein shit, but they don't know their body. Whoa, now we know who's intelligent, because you can't dance now. You need a teacher. Watch this. All my girls, their faces are like this. Always. I say, you are the light. Boop. Then watch this. Yes, other day, I'm in Davenport, Deva, Mahadeva Port, the devil, not evil, but you're living in hell too. Davenport, there was a student, right? All three of them, I had to get them to dance. They didn't want to dance. I said, hey, believe in yourself. Nothing worked on it. I think they're being abused and being harmed, and you see where I'm going. We can't go there, but it breaks my heart, because I'm teaching these children, and I know I used to get beat before my ballet class, and I had to go in there as a nigger with a mom that was beating me too and fighting for me with racism and beating me. You know how confused I was, Jonik? Holy shit, man. So simple. So I said, hey, girls, what does it look like to jump on a horse? I wanted them to bend their knees. They weren't bending their knees. They don't know how to breathe, for God's sake. And Jonik, they stared at me like this.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm getting freaked out. I'm like, oh my God, something is not right. So
you're getting their attention.
Yeah, I said, girls, I said, seriously, can you please just show me, what does it look like to ride on a horse? And one girl starts crying. Like, she just read and she gets frustrated. And I said, I'm sorry you're crying. I didn't mean to hurt you, but you have to believe in yourself, and you have to be able to work with someone who's giving you confidence. It wasn't about that. I said, can you please come here? She goes, Mr. J, it's my family. What does that mean? I don't know. She can't tell me about what's going on, but I can't teach dance to children who are being maybe molested or given McDonald's, and they have ADHD now because mommy thinks LeBron James said it was okay. It's not cute. They're dying. They lose their life force, and now you want me to give them technique when you should have said, hey, let's just talk for a half an hour. Let's just talk. Are you okay?
In my time, it was rock and roll, the children in school. Even me, I was very rock and roll. I gave a hard time, but I never disrespect people older than me. Like I was doing stuff to things. Like let's take in high school, I made a pyramid with the bureau in the classroom, and I attached a cord to one of the bureau. And when the teacher came in, I pulled on the string, and all the things went collapsing. So it made an enormous noise in the school, and he came to grab me by the hair and all this. I was kicked out of the school for 2 weeks. I get 3 weeks holiday, 3 years in a row. Secondary 3, secondary 4, secondary 5, kicked out at March break for 2 weeks extra because I couldn't take it. My body was rejecting school, man. Totally, I was rejecting it. Like especially the history class and all this. So at one point, yeah, that's it. It becomes so nonsense that he even rejected bodily.
You adults, don't put your hands on children anymore. I'm going to tell you why. My mom beat the shit out of me. I had a teacher like you. He pulled your hair, the teacher or whatever.
Oh, yeah. The director came and get me. He said, Lonier! He said. But the club did that to me once too in the bus, and I made them a moon. I put down my pants in front of a police car at the back. We were going on an activity. You couldn't hold me back then. Even today, look, I'm on the internet, blah, 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 because you can't hold me down.
Listen. Yeah, you adults got to be careful with putting your hands on children because, listen, I had a teacher put her hands on me. Inappropriate. I had my jacket locked in a room. I had to walk through the another classroom to get to it. So I asked her, I said, hey, ma'am, may I get my jacket, please? I have to go home now. She said, beg for it. She said, she was trying to be funny. She said, beg. I didn't find it funny. So I went and got my friends to get my back. So I came back with my friends. I said, hey, ma'am, I'm going to ask you again. Can I get my bag? And then I walked right past her. She runs after me, Johnnick. She jumps on my back, grabs me. I'm going to get my coat. I fling her off me. She flies onto the chairs. I got suspended for a few days. She touched me first. My mom loves to touch me. What do you think's gonna, right? You gotta be careful when you put your hands on children. And also, you children out there, you better have compassion. Put your phones down. You are not Bruno Mars. You are not Taylor Swift or Nickelodeon. You are a solar plexus. Get off your fucking phones and stop being nasty in dance class like, oh, I don't want to do that because that's not cool because I'm a cool kid. But when you end up getting pregnant before you're ready, you're going to see what the government does to you. Sorry.
A person with a little bit of awareness or a teacher will not go into a class and grab a child like this by the neck or the hair and drag him on the floor. Like that's literally what he did and drag me all the way to his office. Instead of that, he should have been like, you come here, we got to talk, and bring me in his office and have a major talk with me and some kind of maybe light would have a spark. I don't know, but that's what I would do today. I would not engage into a physical harm towards I prefer even my own children. I try to never, but sometimes I raise the voice because it's a bit necessary, like the discipline's not there, and you have to enforce it sometimes, but I will never touch them. I never touch them. I speak to them when something happened. Like my daughter Abby is a bit she has those behavior issues. She's not, to me, she's just a 15-year-old growing, but she orders stuff in her room, like she hides food and stuff, and we've found food in her drawers and stuff like that. But anyway, it's just because I think she's very traumatized also from reality. She's trying to cope with it, and that's what we do. We look for ourselves a lot when we're young. But that's it. It's to offer them guidance, guidance and protection, and not avoid and abuse them, like one of the song I have says. And not only that, but when you empower children like this to realize who they are young, like what you do, and with your own children, it can change their whole life. Just having some words, like it's just words. We're missing words to understand the world, because once you bring some words and it resonates, and you're not in cognitive dissonance and it resonates, there is resonance within you. Those children, anybody can. Come on, we're talking about the reality. We're not talking about freaking fantasy here. Like it's reality, it's all it is. But why can't we just like I don't know, we expand the fantasy instead of expanding in reality, most of us.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not normal the way these children are so hyperactive. And I know why I was eating now and laters, jawbreakers, McDonald's food, cafeteria food that fucks up my constant, all sugar and sodium. Now, so I came to a aha moment now. So I have a class of 8-year-olds and 6-year-olds. Now, most of them run around and can't focus. There are two, though, who stand still and respect the class at 6 years old. And I'm like, wow, right? So I'm just, well, I'm disciplining. And I spoke very strongly to the hyper one because I'm very funny usually. You can't play around with these. You can't play anymore too much because they're high. They're not. They're high on dope, on sugar. So if you get hyper with them, they're gonna. Oh yay! No, talk strongly. It works. I'm like, listen. I told you one time you must do this with the team. If you don't, you sit down. And she listened to me. It worked. So after the class, I met the father of one of the well-behaved. Guess what? He was wearing an Egyptian Ma'at t-shirt. He was saying that he loves life. He's trying to fix his ways. He eats a bit of meat, but he gets it. He does yoga, and the child is benefiting from his attitude. Every other parent, nothing personal, obese, fat, Jesus, Trump, the game all day, football, steak, cheese, pizza, meat, Disney, vacation, and they're all depressed and they can't concentrate.
My son Gavin is in not a special school, but in a school with children. In that school, children have special need, but not just special need. I'm going to tell you some stuff, man. And that thing never, okay, there was school for troubled children or troubled behavior children back then, but not as much as today. Today, they even mix the regular with the troubled one, and the one that have problem behavior, they mix them with the regular because there's so many, man. It's terrible. And Gavin tells me stories that happen in his bus, that the bus driver has to stop the bus and the police has to come and get a 6-year-old out because the 6-year-old is whacking the fucking bus driver off the head.
Wow.
I'm telling you, he tells me stories, man, that my mind is blown every time. And he comes back with stories like that, like almost every day. There's police in his primary school, man. It's like now there's even here in Quebec, pretty much everywhere in every high school, there is police. There never used to have that. Police with guns in high school. What the heck is this?
Wow. You just blew my mind, man. I had no idea. That's a very bad 6-year-olds?
Yeah, I'm telling you, sometimes he tells me stuff. The bus driver had to stop on the highway and call the police. The police can come and get the kid because the kid wouldn't behave. Like sometimes even Gavin got a shoe at the back of the head in the bus.
My God.
Said, I don't know what happened. Suddenly a shoe started to fly and I had to get it at the back of my head.
Wow.
What the heck's going on in there? But it's crazy, the stories, man, day after day. So the kids are very, children are very...
Who are the children now? This is good. These children are a symbol of the stars that Jonik and I are decoding. These are symbols of all this stuff and this chaos that we are experiencing right now. What do you think order seclorum in Latin? Order through chaos? Order seclorum? What are they doing? Right? What's happening here, man? This is fucked up. This is not a coincidence. All the girls depressed. All of them are depressed. They try to be, they can be, they're good actors. Of course they are. But they're all depressed, man. The boys are beating and rah. Are you kidding me? At 6? Watch this. You're living in the order now. You order your food, right? Everything is in alphabetical order. You better know your order. New World hors d'oeuvre. Shit, man. We have to rethink this whole damn thing. Otherwise, our star system is going to strangle us with our own ignorance. Easy.
Yeah. Easy. And have you seen the movie Storm of the Century by Stephen King? It's a movie, a 4-hour-long movie. And there's a guy, an evil representation of evil or something, and he comes and he wants one children. In that movie, he needs one children to teach him all his madness and shit so he can take over. And the guy has been living for thousands of years. And at one point, there's like 8 children in the room, 8, and he takes the 8 children and he goes fly with them. Okay? He goes fly with them, and suddenly he says, I'm going to drop them. If I drop them here, they drop dead in the room. Wow. You know what I mean? So the children falling from the sky, I think there was something in the Bible about that, no?
That's awesome. I'll tell you why.
Anyway, check the movie. You're gonna see all kinds of match in there. Yeah, yeah.
Well, you said 8.
Yeah, 8.
Ashtanga yoga has 8 branches. That's your meniscus. Well, who's making your meniscus? Who's flying above you? Your sun and your moon and your stars are doing that. Now, the Bible, of course, would have fallen children.
Fallen children.
Totally. Why is the sky falling? It did fall. Venus and your Jupiter places, they spit lightning and shit, right? Plutonium from Pluto, right? What's up with that? They create the fallen angels. Now, what is the fallen children? So let's go to the kingship in heaven. That's what that movie's about. Simple. Uranus was castrated by Saturn and the balls fell. So maybe your planets make babies too. Yep. There you go. They made you. So, of course, you're Stephen King. Yeah. Be careful with Stephen King. He has La Rouge Ballon in his movie, The It, with the baby and the clown, creepy, and the red-nosed reindeer, and Patch Adams is red nose. Whoa, Robin Williams.
But is these guys priests of the occult and stuff, or they're trying to tell us something, but we're too, like you said, very stupid?
Oh, they're mocking you. Oh, they're mocking you. Simple. They're mocking you.
Mocking, eh?
Mocking, yeah. They know it, and they get paid, and you don't know the backstory, and they love. That's why they do it. It's the ego. It's satanic. There's a real church of satanic worship. Okay, Aleister Crowley, Anton LaVey, shit. They have books. You can read them. You know, you better read your enemy's work. It's out there. Get it while you can. Okay. Anyways.
Anyway, read about Freemasonry too. Very interesting.
You. And what's Baphomet, the bad version? What's the biggest thing in the Church of Satan? Ego. Me. Mark Passio. Go get Mark Passio's work. He's an ex-Satanist preacher. He's coming out with truth. What did he tell me? He helped me wake up. That the ego, that they do it because they say that I am God or a goddess. Therefore, I can hurt you because I am the best. I made all this. Me. Technically, that's true a little bit. They don't give you the light magic, the white magic, in which made you the god. They become the goat. The goat carries you, right? It takes your shit, climbs mountains, builds shit. They like that. They like to build and muscle, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, macho, war, hard shit. Well, your earth is warlike, but not literal. You see?
I see. So I think we can end this one there, Jay. We said we were going to do this an hour. You probably have stuff to do and everything, but we'll come back next Sunday again. It's a Sunday thing, a Sunday ritual, but a good ritual. Yes. It's important to have rituals. I don't think rituals are a bad thing. Rituals for me are like habits. Habits is what makes you. So, that's a good habit. We have to come here and channel our thoughts.
Yes.
That's what we do.
Yes.
So thank you very much. Want to add
something your remote
before we close this?
Yeah, I still do readings. If you want a reading, your name decoded, rawzen617@gmail.com. I'm on Patreon. I have a playlist for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping my channel pretty much open now. My videos, my 4-minute presentations, I'm going to try to let those ride. I think those are okay. So I won't unlist those ones for a while.
Yeah, and you can find, I think, our talks here on the TRU-MON Show, of course, but also on your Patreon, and that's where you put them, I think.
Yep, I do. I have a problem with now posting stuff. They've changed it, so I'll do my best. I don't know, but yeah.
Whatever, check it out. But yeah, thank you very much, Jay. Much love every time, and thank you to everyone in the chat. There was a lot of people. Red Rose Rocker was there. Leslie, la belle Leslie, tellement belle. Belle inside out. Beautiful inside out. Red Rose, that's it. There was a Rose Tintin Monocle. I saw Will of Earth.
Will.
Will of Earth was there. A Vibrant Monkey. That sounds vibrant. Art from Heaven.
Yeah.
That's great. So we vibe high. That's great.
Hey, I am nothing without my subscribers, and they're very loyal. And I have 1,000 followers now.
Oh, that's great, man.
So I have 1,000 petals in my chakra.
That's it. We expand. That's it. We expand the connection to ourselves. We expand the connection with the earth anyway. So it's just earth to me is very much the same. Open your heart, you open to the earth.
Bam.
So we're out. See ya. Boom.